What's up, everybody? It is the best spot, KidSmoove, and Black Bond released this highly anticipated video to call out my tweet about HDR making games better on consoles. Okay, and I don't know why I do this to myself. I'll go to the video and I won't even look. I won't even listen to the content of the video. Once I get past the point, I scroll my black ass down to the comment section, and I just find myself getting irritated because all I can imagine is cross-sided, drooling retards pounding on their keyboards like keyboard dwellers. And I'm just going to take a moment to reply to these imbeciles, these idiots, and I'm going to take some time to respond to Black Bond as well. Because what Black Bond did wrong in this video, when he reads my tweet, he doesn't purposely, he blatantly adds in his own words. In the tweet above, not in the video, this video, he shows the tweet here, right? He said, you know how that tweet says, Witcher 3 is played best on Xbox One X, right? And I could have said this better, but I was referring to Xbox One X being, you know, PlayStation, you know, trying not to shake up the ponies, right? And I added, actually, most games are better on console due to HDR. Black Bond decides to read this tweet on his video, and I'm requesting you take it down and re-upload it and read it properly. Right? He reads it as, this is exactly how he does it in his video. He says, I don't even think he even reads the first line, but how he reads it, like, I think he reads it, Witcher 3 is played best on Xbox One X. Actually, most games are played best. He says, actually, most games play better on console due to HDR. If you notice in the tweet, I don't say most games play better on console due to HDR. I say, actually, most games are better on console due to HDR, which means I didn't mention frame rates, keyboard usage, freedom of play, modding, none of that. I'm literally talking HDR visuals, the look of the game, and is a more impressive look compared to standard HDR, which a lot of the games that are HDR on consoles are not HDR on PC. Could that change? Of course. It's just a couple patches away, as long as you have a nice a graphic card that can support HDR, but there aren't a lot of sufficient HDR monitors available for PC. I think Samsung just released one and LG just released one for $1,000 and whatnot. Those are probably like the best options, but those cheap $200, $300, $400 ones, that's not real HDR. That is not real HDR. And then the software isn't there. I know some games just got updated on PC, but Witcher 3 is still missing that update. Gears 4 is in HDR on PC. It is on Xbox. So there's a large amount of games that's HDR on console that aren't HDR on PC, and there is a significant difference in the two visuals when you see the two games side by side. I don't want to hear the bullshit lies, okay? Now, let's scroll down to the fucktards followers, right? So here we got Black Bond's comment, right? His comment says, how does that even affect gameplay? How does something that doesn't even affect gameplay make games play better on console? LOL. Like I said, was not my tweet. Like I said, you guys see what the tweet says. Everybody's drawing their own conclusions, right? So let me see if I replied to anybody in this fuck shit. The people requesting him to. All right, so no, that's not the one. All right, so I decided to comment on this video. You know, I must do it when I'm involved in someone else's YouTube video. I make sure my presence is felt. I pointed out that, hey, you can't read, or you blatantly lied on me, and I corrected them on my HDR comment. And here you got these little Bondanites, these little freaking no-life baby-ass motherfuckers that you typically find on the internet. You have J03 Gaming. KidSmoove. So what did you mean by better? Because he is going with makes a game better is the way it plays first and foremost. What the fuck does his opinion have to do with me saying HDR making the console games be better on consoles, like, or look better on consoles? It's like, I don't care what he determines what makes a game's better. You guys are all coming at me for why I think a game with HDR, pretty much just ultimately comes down me saying games with HDR are better than games that doesn't have HDR. Not like overall, but I'm talking about as far as being the way that is the way that you're experiencing it, as far as looking at it and whatnot. If you stand them side by side, the one with HDR is going to look better. So I don't give a fuck if the game is on PC. If it doesn't have HDR and you got that same game next on a console that does have HDR, the HDR one looks more appealing when looking at it. Now, you may disagree with that. If you disagree, you disagree. But I am not wrong for coming with that conclusion, okay? So, to answer your question, I think I even replied to this dude. I might have. But, no. That wasn't my case. I already explained what I meant by saying that. So it doesn't matter what Bonds feels what makes a game better. I don't give a fuck. I didn't ask his opinion, right? KidSmoove. But PC had HDR before Xbox gamers even knew it existed. My iPhone SE from 2+ years ago has HDR. Okay. Fair point. But your iPhone that you're talking, I'm sure you're referring to the camera to take pictures. Yeah, I am aware that the iOS had HDR has been on iPhone since like iOS, I think 4 or some shit like that. But that's for pictures, taking pictures. I don't give a fuck about the pictures you take and on what cities you visit. I'm talking about video games. So your iPhone HDR doesn't fucking matter. And as far as PC HDR, PC might have had the ability to do HDR, but it obviously didn't exist in all the games, and obviously didn't exist in the monitors if the monitors are just finally starting to come. So, miss me with the bullshit, okay? All right, next person, that was Timothy Lester that asked that. And then you got this motherfucker named Who Gives. You're a joke. You're the perfect Xbox fan. Suck at all games. Completely delusional. Knows nothing about gaming. You should just join BGST. This way you'll all be on the same gaming level. This person, I think I responded to him. Did I respond to this motherfucker right here? I think I responded to him. Where is it? I see, these are all my replies. What's this fucking name? Who Gives? All right. Oh yeah. This exactly sums up my feelings. Who gives? You're a bitch, nigga, that sucked foreskin penis for a living, and I'm living in your puny brain rent free. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt when I replied that. Yeah, so that's good enough. I don't need to further establish what I feel about that dumbass comment he made. He's a shithead. Buddy boy. Either way, you're wrong. So stop nitpicking. How does one feature trump dozens of advantages a PC version of a game has over a console version? It doesn't. Hey, buddy boy, shut the fuck up. Because I never made that point. And I like how in any of these tweets, in the videos or podcasts I'm in, I never mention all this other bullshit that are coming in. I'm talking about specifically one feature. They don't want to shove the other shit. I don't give a fuck about that. I didn't make this thread and give lists of reasons why console is better than PC. I just said HDR, this game running HDR is better than this game not running HDR. Looks better than this game not HDR. In simplest terms, it looks better. I prefer it with HDR. When I see the Witcher 3 with HDR and The Witcher 3 without HDR looking side by side, I like the one with HDR. When I see Gears of War 4 at 4K HDR and looking at Gears of War at 4K, I like the 4K HDR. So what the fuck is wrong with that? Like, these people, and the thing is, what I notice when I say stuff on Twitter and YouTube, people can never actually challenge me and stay based off what I said. They bring in other shit that I have nothing to do with, other shit that I never even said. They bring that into the equation to try to make a point, and then they try to come up with some sort of summary of what I said without me saying any of this bullshit. And that's why a lot of these comments that we're about to go over are bullshit and by puny motherfuckers that eat pubic hairs on a daily basis. This is what I feel about these. And then you got Bond. How are most games better due to HDR if they don't play better? I don't. Okay. If you think, because this is where we start to play around with this whole facts and opinion and preference and whatnot. He's trying to sell what makes a game better to him on me as my opinion is wrong because he's trying to sell his opinion. I never said games play better on console due to HDR. I said games are better on console due to HDR. And if I'm saying HDR, I'm clearly referencing looks. Okay? So, Bond. To me, if the game doesn't play better to you, sure, I don't care. But to me, I don't give a fuck if it doesn't play better. I'm going by what I see. All right, that shit, that trumps any additional shit you have to say. So I don't give a fuck about the asterisks, the add-ons, the play this and frame rate counter, frame rate police, all that bitch shit you guys make up on your own little fucking keyboard wars. I don't give a fuck about any of that. It's bullshit to me. I'm just telling you what I see. All right, man. This thread alone is like outweighing the comments. Like what the fuck. Oh, see, again, Buddy Boy. KidSmoove, how does the game look better when it runs slower in settings than maxed out on PC? Oh my god. One, you know how, and this comment right here proves my point. What I said on Planet Xbox last night. I said, people go to the de facto claim that every game is better on PC, and it's the worst claim you can make. I can understand if people say PC is potentially the best way to play all games, because that's exactly what it is, potentially. Because this is what everybody do. They run with this idea that all PCs are made equal, and that everybody's running games at the absolute max, at the best possible way. And that's not true. I don't give a fuck what your PC could potentially do or what the most expensive PC could potentially do. I'm talking about what I have in front of me. I don't have a PC that's doing everything completely maxed out with HDR. I'm not. So I'm looking at what my box can do, when I can see what my real eyes, and then I'm looking at something my PC can do with my real eyes, and I can say that. So while you guys have to reach so far into your asshole, tickle your little fucking anus, and then come back, taste it, and then think, oh, what can I think of to make KidSmoove seem stupid? Oh, how can a game running HDR look better than a rig that can run at 150 frames per second? It can't. And they come up with these extreme things to come up with, and it doesn't make sense. I'm right, you're wrong. Shut the fuck up. Move on. All right. Okay. Odd Eyes. Black Bond. Smooth is just clinging to graphics and looks as usual because he has nothing else to cling on to. And like another person here stated, Smooth, if you want to claim something is better as a fact, you have to bring up hard facts as a reasoning and not something opinionated like looks. LOL. Frame rate is 1. Resolution is 1. Field of view is 1. Max settings. Oh my god, we're going into the bullshit again. Now, you know what this motherfucker is doing to me? He's accusing me for sharing my opinion and allowing everybody else to attack me to push their opinions on me. Right? He says I'm clinging to graphics. Yeah, sure. I'm going by looks of the game. I'm going by looks. That's what I was I was only referencing that. Like when I'm talking HDR, I'm talking specifically looks. That's all I'm fucking doing, right? And but I like how they try to make it a psychological thing, like something to cling to. What the fuck is there to cling to? What am I lacking? What am I missing out on, you fuck boy? Like, what the fuck? Shut up with this bullshit. Oh my god. Like, frame rate is one. What is frame rate one? What is factual about frame rates? Is 60 frames per second factually better? Are you saying factually better than 30 frames per second? Is 30 frames per second broken? I don't understand. What about frame rate? What about field of view? What the fuck does field of view have to do with anything that I'm talking about, though? Like, shut up. Like, a lot of this stuff that he's talking about, like, we go from game to game basis. I could be talking about fucking HDR on one game, and he's talking about all these other shit that would matter to like a shooter or some shit like that. You know what I mean? It's, shut up, like, please. Oh my god, these people. Smooth out here hyping The Witcher 3 on Xbox One, knowing damn well he ain't gonna beat it. Damn right, I'm not gonna beat. I might beat it this year. I might play it this year, but I'm not. I wasn't actually hyping Witcher 3. I was just giving you what I saw. And a lot of you guys failed to like comprehend, like, a mere mention isn't hype. I should be able to freely mention whatever the fucking game I want and without it have to be considered hype. Like, please, you guys are fucking idiots. Neo Game Spark, you fucking bitch ass. KidSmoove is not a gamer. He should have been kicked out of that podcast. I don't know why y'all entertain this guy. He's mentally challenged. I have of this. I have proof of. All right, Tat Montas, you have proof of me being mentally challenged. Show me my medical record. Show me my psychological testing. Show me my IQ reading. Do you have a copy of my SATs? Do you have a copy of my report cards from school? Do you have my test scores, my grade scores? Do you have a copy of my degree? Do you have any of that? If not, shut the fuck up. All right, little bitch. You don't have proof of nothing. Just because I'm not your favorite in a fucking podcast doesn't make. This is why you guys don't have podcasts. This is why you guys aren't entertainment. This is why you guys don't do any of this shit, because you can't. You don't have the talent. You don't have the personality. You don't have the patience. You're a bitch. You're fucking stupid, and your assessments mean nothing because you couldn't properly assess anything because you're a fucking retard. This claim alone shows me you're a fucking dumbass, and I can't wait for you to prove of me being mentally challenged. Fucking dipshit. I should take my fucking hand as they're sweating right now because I'm getting angry and I'm getting hot and sweat is coming from my pores. Cock it back, slap the fucking shit out of my screen in hopes that some way, somehow it reaches your fucking face. All right, I probably went a little bit too far there. KidSmoove is the definitive version of the Xbox refugee camp. I think I replied to this. Yeah, BC Rivers, you are the definitive version of a bitch. That was a good enough reply. No need to say any more. Oh yeah. Oh, he replied. KidSmoove says the man who will ride or die for a piece of plastic. Ride or die. Ride or die. All right. In all my years on YouTube and playing Xbox, I'm trying to see if any of the things I've done was actually life-threatening. Thinking. I'm struggling. Man, I don't think my life was ever in danger when it came to Xbox. Move on. HDR actually makes your game looks clear and natural. Other than that, PC shits on all consoles. PC does not shit on all consoles because not all PCs are made equally. PC has the potential to shit on all consoles. You know, but the thing is, there's factors in people, everyone's argument that why they may claim PC is better or why console is better, and everybody's claim is legit. The fact that people have this idea just by default because of this, that, and the third is the reason why it's better and it's factually better, I think that's wrong. Because PC, and I'm gonna say it again, isn't the best option for everyone. There are people who will tell you that. Like, there are people who are experiencing PC gaming and just like, it's not for me. I can't do this anymore. Potential is the key word. And then there's another more people fucking referencing other shit I never even. He's mentioning fucking Nvidia and Nvidia freestyle. Nigga, what if I have an AMD built PC? Like, see, this is like, he's making no fucking sense, man. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. KidSmoove, what the fuck? This is the type of shit that keeps me away from Xbox brand first. I don't care if whether what you buy. My thing is, I find it funny how people would be like, leave it to a stranger on the internet is the reason why they won't buy a certain product. I mean, I buy shit if I want it or not. Ain't nobody stopping me from buying or playing whatever game I want to play. I don't have to communicate with you. So if I was never, or nobody like me was ever the reason why you decided to stay away from the Xbox brand, you probably decided to stay away from the Xbox brand because you're easily influenced and you wanted to be like some of the people you see on YouTube. You see that the PC was the shit people were talking about. That's what you do, and you jumped on PlayStation and Nintendo. That's what you did. You're a follower. You're a sheep. You're a bitch. Okay, I'm not the reason you made that decision. That's up to you. That's up to you, not me. Fuck boy, come on, man. Yes, HDR is coming to more games on the PC, but The Witcher 3 on PC is God. All right, let me get out of this feed because I don't even think this is like, I think this is one comment full of fucking replies, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was that? Is that, or this is all the different, oh, this is all the comments so far? Yeah. Oh, another one. John Beedson. Smooth is bad at his hobby. He reacts retarded to boot. What the fuck? He acts retarded to boot. What about this cocksucker is positive? Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to get retested. Smooth is bad at his hobby. He acts retarded to boot. What about this cocksucker is positive? Yeah, John Beeson. You are bad at life. You acts retarded to boot. What about this anal liquor is positive? That's my reply to you. Okay. Every time I hear stupid shit coming out of these corporate slaves' mouth, I lose more and more hope and humanity. You're a sad individual because you're just saying this in a gaming thread. You know what the fuck is going out in the world right now? You know there's like kids and there's kids and child and boys being molested and raped by your political leaders, and it's being covered up by fucking Hollywood, and it's happening all over your eyes. You know how there's a bunch of shit that's like men being fucking like being demasculined like through society, and you're worried about fucking what a fanboy says about Xbox. You need a fucking reality check. Matter of fact, I need a reality check. Let me get the fuck off this shit. Log off because this video's gone too long. Black Bomb video was fucking stupid. Needs no summary. Needs no views. Needs no reaction. These comments are fucking dumb because nobody makes sense. They're all regurgitating each other. They're all saying the same shit, and all the stuff they're saying actually does not challenge what I said because they're combating and fighting me with shit that they're bringing into a fight that I wasn't prepared for. I specifically spoke on HDR. Frame rates, keyboards, modding, all that other shit was you guys, not me. So don't put words in my mouth, and I won't be a bitch to you. But I hope you guys have a good day and miss me with the bullshit, all right? Because my tolerance level for your bullshit is very low. I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck anymore, but I'm open to replying. It might be high in profanity. I may swear here and there. I may make a few threats. I might punch something. But at the end of the day, as long as you understand, I'm trying to be nice, I'm trying to be friendly, but I can't stand when you fucktards get overboard, right? You guys feel like you have the freedom to say what the hell you want, and I can't. Your opinion matters over mine. Why? It doesn't. So let's be fair. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. KidSmoove. I'm out of here. Peace.